welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel it's your first time with us. We are Lee Allen Presents. I'm Leanne, your host for this video, and with me is Alan, my co-host, and it is WrestleMania Saturday.
It is WrestleMania.
It is WrestleMania.
I mean, technically it's WrestleMania Sundays we're recording this, because WrestleMania Saturday is what we're talking about. So this video is about WrestleMania Saturday.
WrestleMania!
Like, why do we need 2 nights for WrestleMania? I don't understand. What happened to the one night extravaganza? That was perfectly fine for like 30 odd years.
They did it once and then felt like they had to keep upping themselves. So
WrestleMania Raw, WrestleMania SmackDown, WrestleMania Saturday, WrestleMania Sunday. It's like, how much more WrestleMania can you get?
4-night WrestleMania.
Like, seriously, how much do you need?
So yes, this is our reactions to WrestleMania Saturday. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like, hit the bell and subscribe and all of those businesses.
All that cool bits and jazz.
All those stuffs. And if you haven't seen our predictions for WrestleMania Saturday, we'll put a link somewhere on the screen so you can check that out. And obviously, it being a reaction video, there's going to be spoilers.
We're not going to be able to have the predictions for WrestleMania Saturday because we didn't get the match split. So we've got 2 parts of predictions.
We'll put links to
non-title and title matches.
We'll put links to the predictions
We'll
videos, but there's a bit
after
mixed up.
Yeah,
it's fine
because they didn't give the match split, the day splits until after we'd done our predictions. Thanks WWE, really appreciate that.
Thanks WWE.
We're trying to make good content for all our viewers, and they just keep screwing us. Thanks, pal.
It's like a personal vendetta.
It's like now that Vince is back with the company. Yes, spoiler alert. Vince is back with the company with a porn stash. I'll find that picture and I'll insert it here somewhere. Yeah, things are just starting to go a bit more chaotic.
Yeah. But yeah, spoilers. Spoilers.
Porn stash.
If you want to see WrestleMania Saturday, we'd recommend seeing that before you watch this. Otherwise, stay with us. Alright. So, WrestleMania Saturday, feeling excited?
WrestleMania.
We got a little traditions for WrestleMania weekend now.
Like, I do feel that this year WrestleMania card hasn't got as much hype as the last few years.
Yeah.
I don't know, it just feels a bit... I don't want to use the word lackluster because it's not the right word, but it's certainly not as good as past WrestleMania cards.
Yeah, I get what you mean. And Saturday, not so much hyped up with the surprises like you'd usually expect at WrestleMania. We'll go into detail of what did happen in a bit, but hopefully Sunday will be better. Other gripe I've got with this WrestleMania is how horrible the sponsorship has been dealt with. Speaking
of sponsors, Leanne, you're not yourself when you're hungry. Have a Wait, we're not sponsored by Snickers.
Yet.
Snickers sponsor us or that never happens again.
Snickers is the only good sponsor of
WrestleMania. I agree.
They use like the stars and do quite funny little skits. And it's not like egregiously chucked in your face. There's like a little bit here and there, sponsored by Snickers, and that's fine.
Well, like that Snickers was just now to our fans.
Yeah. Some of the other sponsorships, it's like plastered everywhere. They've got cheesy mascots, and it's like blocking a quarter of the screen half the time. Yeah. And there's a lot of different ones, and I don't quite see why they need this many sponsors and the amount of money that must be paid to have their logos and stuff on every single screen in the arena. It's mind-blowing.
That tax one is just a bit much. It's just like bright blue, and it's like...
And the Cinemoji one.
The Cinnamon Crunch stuff, yeah.
Yeah, that was really bad. That's the one that they had a luchador mascot thing. It's like...
Was it? Yeah.
That you only saw for like 2 seconds. Yeah. But there we go. So there's my main gripes for WrestleMania. But we'll get into the actual show. Might pop up some sponsor references here and there anyway as we go through. First thing to put out there was a 2-hour pre-show with 0 matches.
All build up, all filler.
So we did not watch it. I think you watched a little bit.
Yeah.
Skim through. They sometimes do some good like interviews and things, but I mean, I don't know how they're expecting to draw people into the pre-show if there isn't like at least one match there to get people into it.
Like, to compare to the other company, AEW, they always have at least one match.
Yeah.
Like the last 0 hour they did had 1 match on it. The previous ones have had 3 matches on them.
Warm up the crowd.
Yeah. And that's exactly what it should be.
Because quite often the pre-show is like free on YouTube or various things, so it encourages people to buy the pay-per-view or subscription that lets them watch the pay-per-view. So I mean, what's there to lose? Just have have some of the NXT guys do a match on pre-show or something.
Yeah. But then I guess technically the pre-show for that would have been NXT Stand and Deliver, which happened some 5 or 6 hours prior to WrestleMania.
Yeah. But it doesn't have to be
I know,
guys.
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't even have to be mid-card guys. Just give some people a bit of a showing and
chuck the Battle Royale from SmackDown Battle Royale on the show.
Yeah. Easy. You got enough filler in the actual show.
Yeah.
Calm down about it.
Adverts for tomorrow night, or technically tonight as we're recording this.
We had then the usual singing of America the Brave, and this time by Becky G.
Yeah.
Who's Rebecca Garcia was formerly known as. Don't know. I think she was. We were looking her up and realised that she was in the Power Rangers movie.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
The reboot movie from 2017. She was the Yellow Power Ranger or Trini Trang.
Yeah.
So
she's good. I'm never really invested in the singing of America the Brave being British. But,
But I'm not investing in God Save the Queen or the King either, so
I don't even know what it is now.
It's God Save the King.
It is the King, but he's not even coronated yet.
No.
God save no one.
God Save the Interim.
God save the corgis.
We're gonna get cancelled.
All right, so then we get our hosts of WrestleMania. So we've got Miz and Snoop Dogg, which I think was a stealth ad.
Well, it was on the poster.
It was on the poster, but did they mention it before?
No.
They might have done on
Not that
social
I've seen.
media or something.
Not that I've seen.
So it's a bit of a the first time we knew Snoop Dogg was involved was seeing the poster, and it's wait a minute, he's in the back, just a little.
Just there next to, I can't remember who's next to where he is there.
They do some fun sort of promos around how Miz and Snoop Dogg are the same because they're both in films and all this stuff, and Snoop Dogg's got multi-platinum award winning albums, and The Miz was in WrestleMania the musical.
I still need to see that.
Yeah, that'd be fun. It was quite fun. It's an interesting sort of dynamic, but I mean Snoop Dogg just looked like he's having the best time.
Oh, he loves it. He loves wrestling.
so much enjoying it.
I wonder what he thinks about his cousin not being in WWE anymore.
Yeah,
being the New Japan Women's Champion. Or
he's been involved with both companies now, hasn't he? I think he did some stuff on.
I want to say he did.
I think. So
I know Tyson did. 100% Tyson did, but I think you're right. I think Snoop Dogg did make an appearance.
I'm pretty sure he did.
On an AEW show.
So I feel like he just enjoys wrestling. He doesn't have an affiliation either way, so I'm sure it's all good. Which is it's the best way to be, honestly. Just enjoy wrestling. That sign we keep seeing in places.
Yeah. Doesn't matter what company you're into. New Japan, GCW, AEW, WWE, WWF, WCW, if you're still watching the old school stuff.
Various independents.
Some of our fans who watch this love more of the old school stuff from the 90s as opposed to the new stuff. And that's great. Some of the old stuff's great as well.
Definitely.
They might be your first time coming into it, especially someone like yourself. We're still not, I'm not going to sort of age restrict you, but you are quite young in terms of that, and you wouldn't have gotten to see the Attitude Era because you wouldn't have grown up with that. So going back to be able to see that's great.
Exactly. Just enjoy wrestling. And on that, let's close the video. No, we'll carry on.
Thanks for watching. This has been our WrestleMania.
We've had our words of wisdom. So, first match. We start with, we knew this was going to be the opening match.
Yes, they announced this one.
Austin Theory versus John Cena for the United States Championship. I always pause after that just in case I said something wrong.
Don't worry, I'll let you know.
I know you will. So we had... before the match started, they did a bit of there's a video package sort of thanking Make-A-Wish, and because John Cena's given the most wishes of anyone ever or something like that.
That sentence broke my brain. I just could not comprehend that then.
Lots of wishes. So they had this group of Make-A-Wish kids whose wish had been for all of them to attend WrestleMania. So as well as attending, they were all on the stage as John Cena came out. So he sort of interacted with them a bit.
Big bright badges.
Big Make-A-Wish badges, which I mean, yes, it's the charity, so you want to be advertising that this is what you're doing, but in my head it is a bit
hey, look at me!
I'm a Make-A-Wish kid, and then everyone looks at you differently, and some kids probably just want to go and enjoy themselves as normal kids.
I think it's almost like if I had to wear one of those badges and someone, I'd describe the look as probably pity.
Yeah.
I'd imagine people would look at children like that with pity.
Yeah. But they're probably if you wear the badge, you get to go on stage with John Cena, and then it's oh yes, I'll
wear all the badges.
Yes. So there we go. But yeah, it's really sweet moment, and definitely a way to highlight what the charity does and
Yeah.
John Cena's contributions to it as well. So good stuff. Fairly short match. But
Yeah, I was surprised by that. But
Yeah.
then I guess Cena's not in ring shape. Well,
he's in ring shape, but probably hasn't got the stamina that he would have had before.
Yeah.
The sort of cardio stuff. Although he's still in great shape.
Yeah,
So.
but then weight shape and cardio shape are two very different things. So
You know what's not in good shape? His hair. I'm sorry. As soon as he threw the cap into the crowd, I was like, oh.
Bald patch.
There's no way of hiding that. Bless him. But there we go. No shame. He's all
He just
good.
needs to stone cold it. Just pick
Yeah.
it.
At some point, you just just shave it all off. But no, he's dyeing it instead.
Or do you think he's gonna Hulk Hogan it? Embrace the bald.
He'll just dye a ring of black around it, and the rest is blonde. I think that's the way you that's the way you Hulk Hogan it. Anyway, we get a ref bump in the first match.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Usually they save that stuff till later, but I think I may be wrong. Was this the only ref bump?
There was a couple teas
calls.
later on, but yeah, I think it was the only ref bump.
The only ref bump in WrestleMania Saturday was in the first match.
Yeah.
As you do. So the ref misses Theory tapping out to the STF. And also misses him delivering a low blow to Cena.
So I just want to, while you're still on the STF there,
Yeah.
John Cena does the worst looking STFs in the history of mankind. It's that you're supposed to really sort of put it sort of down and wrench it back, or under the chin and wrench it back and pull back. He just kind of puts this in the face, and there's so much of a gap there, and it's like...
I don't think he's got the... Not to say he's not strong, but to be in that position where he's sort of completely folded over and to pull back, that's a huge amount of core strength, especially since you're pulling on some body weight as well.
So there's a
so
simple...
it's like he's just leaning on the ground instead.
Well, there's a simple solution. Don't use the move.
Yeah, if you can't do it, right?
That's like me going, oh, Leanne, I've got you in a headlock. Oh, look, all this space is free.
I can't breathe.
I've got you in a headlock. Or like, oh, sleeper hold. Exact same thing. Come on, Cena, tighten that damn thing up, yeah?
I'm not sure he's got many matches left in though, so it's probably fine.
Another one thing I actually did mention is in the beginning of the match, they're obviously doing the collar and elbow lockups.
Yes.
And I don't know if I've not noticed this before or I've just not paid attention to it because I'm not particularly a John Cena fan per se. I like John Cena as a human being. He's a decent human being in that sense. But as a wrestling guy, I don't really rate him that much. But when he's going in for those collar and elbows and he's kind of walking out, he looks like a little gremlin. He's like walking around the ring and it's like, what the hell is this?
He's got floppy wrists.
It's like gremlin mode engage. And he hunches over, and he's like the hunchback of Notre Dame, you know. He's like, gonna get you. It's like, what the hell is that?
It's funny.
I need to go back and watch old Cena matches now, see if he did it back then too, because I either didn't notice it or I just didn't pay attention to it.
Or he didn't do it back then. Maybe he's gotten worse.
Maybe. Well, the STF hasn't improved. I'll tell you that.
Ooh. So the ref manages to get back up in time for Theory to deliver an 8-count down.
You missed the low blow.
I said the low blow.
Oh, did you? I missed that.
Yeah, and then we went back to the STF.
Oh, okay.
So following the low blow...
Sorry, I was focused on gremlin mode, right?
Following the low blow, Theory hits a 8-count down on Cena and pins him to win.
So it's not Thena.
Retaining the United States Championship.
The crowd goes silent?
They're not silent.
They weren't happy. Right.
But it wasn't like a ooh kind of moment. It was some people wanted him to win. Didn't fall completely flat though, I don't think. I think they enjoyed the match for what it was.
For me with this one, I predicted, we both predicted Theory to win, which we obviously got right. Because we knew Theory was going to win. There was no way Cena was going to win the title and sort of be a part of the championship. But I feel that for Theory to be respected more, he should have done it clean. But this feels like a bit of a cheap win.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't like that. I think if you're going to build Theory up, it needs to be legit. It needs to be a proper build-up, not a, oh, look, I win by cheating.
Yeah, but I guess would the crowd have really believed Theory to beat Cena clean?
I think if they put on another maybe 10 minutes and with a
Maybe.
lot more back and forth, I think it would have.
Okay.
I think it would have because he would have earned his stripes.
But it did make Theory look pretty strong. He was dominant for most of the match.
Yeah.
Until the bad STF. And definitely establishes him as a heel.
The slack TF.
Slack TF. Yeah, that's what it stands for. I don't know what STF stands for anyway.
I used to know what
Something to face.
I think it's step through something.
Through.
It's step to. It don't matter.
Let us know in the comments. Okay. Anything else about that match?
Nope.
All right then. So we get a good old advert. This is advert spot. Ad for WWE 2K23.
Yep.
And then we get a Snickers ad, which is with Chad Gable and Otis having a press conference, and Chad saying nice things about Otis, and then it's Otis's turn and he starts saying really mean things about Chad Gable, about how he
sleeping with
sleeps with the nightlight and
never calls his mother.
So then he has a Snickers and everything's better. That's good. I don't mind that sort of sponsorship. Go for it. They can have fun with it.
Yeah, it's fun.
Ad
That
for
always
merch.
reminds me of the Mr. Bean one.
Yeah.
Where he's like a ninja and it's Mr. Bean and he falls down and then he has a Snickers and he's like, oh, it's actually a ninja now.
That's a great ad. Ad for merch. You got some deals on. Good times. They always do around premium live events. And then highlight of the night, which I was confused by to start with.
We're like 20 minutes into the show.
But the highlight is actually from SmackDown.
Yeah.
Showing the sort of qualifier match for the men's showcase. So I don't know why it's highlight of the night. It's really just because that match is coming up soon and they wanted a bit of an extra recap in there, I suppose. And then for the next match, we get Titus O'Neil joining the commentary team, which is cool. I didn't really notice much of the stuff he said, but there we go. He was there. Which is good. And then we go into the men's showcase, which is Braun Strowman and Ricochet versus the Viking Raiders versus Alpha Academy versus Street Profits.
Yep.
Really good match. I enjoyed it. There's so much talent in all of these teams, even though I still don't see Braun Strowman and Ricochet as a team.
No, it feels a bit forced.
Yeah, a little bit. But I mean, it works. They do stuff. We were mentioning in our predictions how this match felt like it didn't have any stakes, and we were saying that it should at least lead to maybe being number one contender for the championships or something like that. And they did address that on commentary, saying that this could mean an opportunity for the tag team championships down the road. So they're sort of planting the seeds, keeping it open, and making sure it doesn't sound like a zero stakes match. So that does help, I think. A couple of interesting things. There was one point Chad Gable had Ricochet in an ankle lock.
Yeah.
And Ricochet's trying to get out of it. And he's sort of like scrambling and just desperately trying to pull his way out. And it reminded me of something, and I couldn't tell what for a minute. And then I remembered a time when I've got obviously for rags, I've got cat flap. And now we have microchip cat flaps.
Well, this is in the previous house you're in, right?
Previous house, so it was just a regular old cat flap. But another cat came in, but there's something wrong with the cat flap, I think, because it just jammed down on the cat's tail. And it was just scrambling and just desperately trying to pull itself out. That's what it looked like. Exactly what it looked like. It just couldn't move. Its legs practically off the ground. It's just like, We did get the cat out. It was fine. No animals were harmed.
I bet it freaked so hard.
It did. I had to punch the cat flap together.
Oh no, that was for Rags, wasn't it?
I think I had to do it twice.
Yeah, because I remember you saying Rags caught his pawn it once.
Oh, that was horrible. That was a bad cat flap. The microchip one's much better. Anyway.
Speaking of, Rags has wandered in.
Come on, Rags. Come on.
We're going to make a showing. Continue.
He doesn't want it. What else we get? Chad Gable managed somehow to suplex Braun Strowman. It was a rolling German suplex.
Yeah, that was crazy. Because he tried deadlifting him at first and Braun just kind of broke out of it.
So then he had to use the momentum of the roll to get him up. But that's a crazy strength to do that. It's insane. Even with like Strowman obviously doing his part to make it work, you gotta have. You gotta be strong.
That core strength of Chad. Chad Gable, I do kind of like the Alpha Academy stuff, but I do feel they become a bit more of a joke. And Chad Gable is such a great talent, and I think WWE is sleeping on him too much.
Yeah, I think so.
They just really need to put him as a singles. They need to make him a bit more serious in a proper sort of, I don't want to say gimmick because that's not the right word, but something better.
Yeah.
You know?
He's tried serious before and it sort of hasn't come across as the problem.
Yeah.
So
it's because of the way they handle
comedy.
Yeah.
But hopefully, sort of now, he could move into something more serious and it'd be a bit more successful.
Yep.
I think. Give him a title. Let's see what happens.
I have a favorite theory for the US title.
Ooh, that could be good.
Mm.
What else? We had the obligatory Tower of Doom kind of thing from the corner. If you've got a multi-man match, it's going to happen at some point.
Yeah.
But this one they were all in this tower, and then Ricochet comes up onto the turnbuckle and leaps onto it to drive it down, which was slightly different. It's nice to see him switching it up a bit, because it can get a bit samey. We do that a lot.
We do hope that Rag's licking right by the camera isn't kind of bleeding through too much.
He's just cleaning his face, it's fine. But this is where I put a note about one of the sponsors, which is on every single board.
That's
and it's
the
like
tax one, isn't it? Yeah.
Bright pink and stuff.
Oh, it's blue, that one.
Oh,
the tax one was blue, yeah.
Just really bright and in your face and distracting.
Just fell out of place.
And it's not even for like something that you would think wrestling fans would be particularly interested in.
I don't know, mine. That's Vince McMahon.
It's a company that does your taxes for you or something. It's like,
I find it weird. I still find it weird that America doesn't have a system in play like the UK does that automatically does tax.
It's a bit weird.
I don't understand that. It feels a bit backwards to me, but
That's not
knocking America in the way it works, but I just feel that I don't know. It's
much easier never having to do a tax return.
yeah. If anything, they do it for you and they give you money if they need to.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
As long as you're not, if you're self-employed, obviously, then then
it's
you have
different.
To do stuff. But
this
weird. Anyways, off
rags.
topic. Rex is making noises. All right. Then we come on to the finish. Unless you got anything else to comment on. We had Braun Strowman, when he's in any match, he's going to do the Strowman Express. He managed to knock down like 6 people all the way around.
I think it was 3. I think some were,
He was just plowing him down. But Angelo Dawkins manages to just stop him in his tracks, push him back.
That was
pretty good. And that sort of leads on to a spot with Ricochet in the ring, where Ricochet does I think it's a frog splash.
Yeah, I think so.
Onto Montez Ford's...
Dawkins.
Oh, is it on Dawkins?
It was Dawkins.
Dawkins' knees. So then Montez Ford's frog splashes onto Ricochet on top of the knees, and gets the pin to win.
Montez is a high flyer, so
that's right.
Yeah, so Street Profits win the match. Surprise, surprise.
Oh, but Dawkins got the pin after Montez did the splash.
Yeah.
That's why I got mixed up.
Yeah,
really good. It's a good match. High flying stuff, strongman stuff. Viking Raiders got a really good showing in there.
Yeah, that the springboard clothesline from Ivar was just like, what the hell was that?
Those guys could go far. We've said this before.
One comment I said while we were watching this match is if they built up the Viking Raiders correctly, they could be the next Legion of Doom.
They really could. They've got the talent.
Come on, Triple H. Sort it out.
We said it in the predictions video as well. They'd probably do a lot better in a different company at this point. But no, maybe they'll manage to do something with them.
So in terms of the predictions, you went for Braun Strowman and Ricochet. I went for the Street Profits, so you had that one wrong, but I had that one right.
Okay.
I went for the option that WWE would have been like, hey, this is the safe option. Let's go for the Street Profits. That's exactly what I thought when I made that prediction. Because that's exactly what they do. They go for the safe option every time.
Every time.
Just give the Viking Raiders a chance, honestly.
Take them back to being the War Machine. War Raiders. Whatever one it was.
War Raiders in WWE or NXT, because then it was Viking Raiders, but Ring of Honor it was War Machine.
They've been all of them. Cool. Next we have a video package sort of leading up to tomorrow or Sunday night with Brock Lesnar versus Omos. So a bit of a recap, which could have been was probably on the pre-show as well.
Yeah, I think it probably was. Yeah.
So
2-hour pre-show to fill it somehow.
So why do we need it here as well?
To make sure people tune in tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Tenses.
Ah.
Oh, and then we go into our next match, which is, brace yourself, Seth freaking Rollins versus Logan Paul. And at this point, we're going in early.
Oh, whoa. What's going on?
Yeah, and
What is
signs
going
of the
on?
PLE, and signs of the PLE. Play.
What is going on?
What's going on is that I didn't see many good signs, I'm afraid. A couple of like standard looking ones, a couple that I couldn't read properly because of the cameras and small writing on your signs or too much writing on your signs.
WrestleMania fans, be better at
Be
signs.
better. So the one sign.
One
sign made my list. Related
Hang on.
sign.
There you go.
The sign of the PLE. The sign of the PLE.
I feel you need a little bit of white tape and just stick it over the
Just
top.
cover it over.
Dear God.
One sign relevant to this match. Logan Small. Logan Small.
I mean, I get why it's funny, but it's not really that good.
It's not that good, but I couldn't.
No, I know.
Nothing again.
At least on the pre-show, when that little bit I did tune in for, it had a sign: Dominik eats corn the long way.
I didn't see that. It must have been.
It must be in the
by
nosebleeds.
The desks and things.
Or in the nosebleeds.
Yeah, this sign's seen enough damage that I don't have to rip it up again, so I had to find a sign to use. And that was it. That's the signs of the PLE segment. I'm not even going to sing the song again because I'm disappointed.
Again, sign of the PLE. WrestleMania Sunday. Fans do better.
Get making your signs now. You've probably got a few hours left.
Starts at 1 a.m. UK time, so you've got 10 hours.
Go for it. 10 hours.
10,
you can make a sign. Get to the store and buy your supplies.
Where do you get signs from? The signs are our store.
Pre-made.
That's like if anyone listens to the Something to Wrestle podcast with Bruce Pritchard, you'll understand that.
Cool. Okay, the match.
Yep.
So before the match starts, we have this weird little segment with up, down, down. So it's a New Day and there's other people.
Liv Morgan's there. I'm pretty sure Tyler Breeze was there, but I haven't seen Tyler Breeze in a
So-
long time, so I didn't recognise if it was him or not.
And they essentially use WWE 2K23, the video game, to simulate the match. Showing off the game?
I didn't even catch who won on
I've
the
no
simulation.
idea. No
I wasn't
idea
really paying
who
much
won.
attention at that point.
It's
I was more
basically-
concerned with, is that Liv Tyler Breeze?
Yeah. It's essentially an ad for the game, which is a fun way to do it. And I know there are like channels that they put up, they use the game to simulate matches and sort of predict them themselves and have their own little pay-per-views, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's that. Then we got to entrances, and we have Logan Paul very slowly ziplining to the middle of the ramp. And he's got a head sort of mic on, and he's just being obnoxious all the way down.
He literally thinks he's the new Shawn Michaels.
But he didn't even make it to the ring.
Shawn Michaels did it from the very top of the building. I think it was to ringside.
With speed. Like
Yeah.
proper ziplining.
Yeah.
This was like...
I don't know if you've seen that match or not.
I think I've seen the clip of that
Yeah,
happening.
I know there's
at least.
they use that clip quite a bit.
So that was fun. And then when he lands and eventually gets out of the harness and stuff, there is a mascot, like a prime bottle person. And we're like, well, that's like someone they're trying to get involved. And we're trying to figure out who it could be and thought maybe it could be The Miz in this costume or someone.
When we get to the point where you actually see the person in there, I'm going to tell you who I thought it was because it threw me
Okay.
so hard. Okay.
What you thought just from the first glance look at
Of
the
that
face,
person, yeah.
Okay. So that's Logan Paul's entrance. Meh. Trying to be exciting, but we're like yawn. And then Seth Rollins' entrance. They announce Jasper Randall, who's a concerto conductor, I believe. he does this like professional conducting, splits the audience in half, goes to one side and starts, and it's obviously piped in because they couldn't trust the WWE universe to actually play ball with it, which is understandable. And he sort of conducts them. They do Seth's O's. I'm not going to sing
The
it.
what?
O's. Like that. That's what it would have sounded like if they trusted the WWE universe to do it. and then stops, and then goes over to the other side and does it, and stops, and then does the whole lot. And then he conducts for the whole of Seth's entrance once the proper music pipes in, and you've got the whole crowd singing, and it's beautiful. It's cool.
Do you know what isn't beautiful? Seth's outfit.
Well, it's beautiful if you look at it a certain way, isn't it? Because he did look like the strawberry quality streets. And those are pretty good. Not sponsored. No. Maybe we should be.
Quality Street, sponsor us.
Quality Street, especially the strawberry ones. But yeah, it was like all... I can't even describe it. It just looked plastic.
Yeah.
And then when he took that outer layer off, he had a very sort of thin, strappy top harness thing on, which he then immediately took off and threw into the crowd. So we think he's trying to get rid of Becky's old wardrobe.
Bondage gear. I mean, someone had to say it.
You know, I don't have many notes on the actual match because the entrances had so much in them.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's fine. He looked like a Quality Street. Played to the ring by a conductor, which is actually pretty brilliant. And then they have their match. And there's some decent moments in there.
Mostly on Seth's half.
Mostly on Seth's half. I know that, Logan Paul has done some work and is able to pull off some moves. It's just the personality that makes it a lot worse than it.
Apart from that, was it the moonsault he went through? He nearly overcompensated, nearly blew his knees out.
Yeah, he did. He overshot, turned a bit too far, and landed like legs first, not feet first.
If he had turned a little bit further, I reckon he would have blown both knees out.
Yeah, he could easily have. So it did look.
Why didn't you overcompensate and go further, you moron?
Okay, so then we get to the bottle.
Yeah.
So it's at some point Seth's gonna go for a move. I can't remember. It's probably a kick.
This is a stomp, I think, is it?
Logan Paul was quite close to a corner, but it was probably a stomp.
No, I think it was Seth was close to the corner and said, "Oh no, that's right. Yeah, you're right." Because he pulls Paul out of the ring. That's right.
Prime Bottle pulls Logan Paul out of the way and then unzips the face bit. And do you want to say who you thought it was before I say who it was? It's that first glance, because all you can see is this bit of the face.
And with the bandana, which R-Truth always wears.
And it's sort of that fleeting camera glance. It wasn't very clear. You didn't get a good look at the face at all. It was KSI, who is Logan Paul's business partner, in particular for the Prime hydration drink. Drinks are hydrating. Hydration.
What else is hydrating, Dan? Water from a tap.
Hydration drink is...
Stop lining that moron's pockets.
So stupid. Anyway, I haven't tried it. I don't want to.
I will never try it. I would die of thirst before trying that trash. Literally. Just to prevent putting any money in that moron's pocket.
Yeah, so he pulls him out pounds away. Brilliant. I mean, well, not brilliant, but he did a thing. We were expecting some sort of interference from this bottle. Yeah. And he was sort of gearing up.
I say we thought it might be The Miz.
Yeah, because he was the only person that I felt like that we could think of that would have any stakes in interfering in this match. But apparently it's KSI. So KSI gets Seth Rollins onto the Spanish announce table, and then Logan Paul gets on the top turnbuckle on the turnbuckle.
Starts drinking his little drink.
Drinks his drink, spits it out, pretending he's Triple H, and then goes to splash. But in the meantime, while he's
you kind of see Seth's arm crawling up, and he grabs the armhole of this.
Because KSI is recording on his phone.
Costume.
Pulls KSI on the table instead, so he gets splashed.
And then disappears into the bottle.
And then you cannot see his face anymore, which is very weird.
Just disappears.
Yeah, it is interesting.
My theory, that costume is a doorway to Narnia.
It all makes sense now.
So the splash opened the door. And he went. He's with Mr. Tumnus right now. Frolicking in the snow.
Dear me. Okay. And then we get to the finish eventually. Anything else you want to say about this match before the finish?
Seth carried the entire damn thing.
Yeah, Seth's awesome. I mean, he deserves better than this, but
yep.
You know, it's fine. It's fine. He knows what he's doing. He'll get better matches. He's a professional. So Seth kicks Logan in the face, like properly. It looked quite like it
brutal.
Connected.
Yeah. Stiff.
Then gives him a stomp, pins him to win. Seth Rollins wins.
Yes. We both predicted Seth to win, so we both got that one right.
It's not going to happen, but I can still dream that we never see Logan Paul again.
Well, apparently his contract expires after WrestleMania, so let's hope it doesn't get re-signed.
What will probably happen then is he'll be asking way too much money and WWE will pull the plug.
The problem they've got at the moment is that in the last couple of days, someone like Drew McIntyre and a bunch of other stars apparently got their contracts coming up next year. How much money are they willing to offer that guy over someone like a Drew McIntyre or whoever else? Because they signed 5-year contracts when AEW started in 2019.
Yeah.
So everyone who signed that 5-year contract, all their contracts are coming up. And if WWE starts valuing someone like him over the actual talent who are there all the time, week in, week out, like a Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, it could kill it.
They're going to leave. Yeah. And they're going to go to AEW. They're going to go to Ring of Honor. They're going to go to New Japan. There's no shortage right now of companies out there that they can go to.
No, good companies.
You know? Impact Wrestling even. You know, Impact Wrestling did a show last week. Was it called the Multiverse or something? With New Japan Pro Wrestling.
That's cool.
You know? So, yeah, there's no shortage.
Nope.
So WWE needs to tread this ground very carefully.
Make some decisions.
But the problem
is, with the real fans.
The problem is with Pornstache back in the mix, he's going to want to throw money at Logan Paul just to be like, oh, we're going to bring in all those social media fans, pal. No, you're not. Everyone hates Logan Paul unless they're just one of his lackeys. Thank you. I was going to say I'm trying to keep it PG and it's difficult. Let's carry on. I don't want to talk about this guy anymore.
We'll carry on. So we get another Snickers ad. It's the New Day. There's a vending machine, and you've got Big E looking there like
is
you
good
can't
to see
choose.
Big E as well.
Yeah, really good. And then it's Kofi, isn't it?
No, I think it was Xavier.
Is it Xavier?
It was Xavier Woods.
My bad. Xavier comes in, is like, oh, are you still choosing? Do you mind if I get mine first? Gets his, and then it shows that the whole machine is Snickers.
Not even the different flavours, it's just the standard Snickers. I thought it was going to be different flavours, but it's not. It's just the one standard Snickers bar. It's like, this is great.
Good job, Snickers.
Was it, you're indecisive when you're hungry, I think it says. It's like, I think I might choose you, or maybe you. You look really nice. And it's like, oh my god, this is brilliant.
Good stuff. Next match.
Yeah.
Trish Stratus, Lita, and Becky Lynch versus Damage Control. The Trish, Lita, and Becky had a really cool video package entrance thingy. There was comic book.
It's Sin City, I felt, because it was black and white with hints of colour.
Of course, yeah, that's exactly
and the
what
rain
it
as
is.
well, so it's Sin City.
The rain, black and white, and the comic book kind of caption things.
Yeah.
Painting, obviously, damage controllers. I can't remember what the words were used.
Turbulent Trio, I think, was it?
Turbulent Trio, I think that's right.
Something like that.
Villainous, It was really good. And then when it came back to showing the arena, they still had the black and white and the rain sort of effect.
I felt the rain effect didn't really work as well as they probably hoped.
No, it's still cool.
It was cool, but
it's the low frame rate as well.
I think it was the low frame rate that killed it. Because the rain, it doesn't janky go down. It rain doesn't go jankily, but it did in this. It looked like do. It was like, oh, that's if they put an extra couple of frames in there. I think that would have been fine.
Just to smooth it out a bit. But it was a really cool entrance anyway.
It was good.
You had the three of them. It's good stuff. I haven't got much written for this match. There wasn't sort of much that was those big highlights that made me think, oh, I need to write that down. It was a good match. I did feel that Trish Stratus kind of needed more time to get into her stride a bit. She definitely, the first couple of minutes she was in the ring was a bit rough, and then she seemed to get better, but there was still...
I put that she seemed really sluggish throughout.
Yeah, she didn't get into her stride
She kind of, as you say, she got a little bit better throughout the match, but she still felt really sluggish. Yeah. She was missing cues, or maybe just taking a bit too long for stuff.
Or in the wrong position for some things as well.
Yeah.
Which was a real shame. His Lita was on fire.
Do you know who else was in the wrong position all the time? The bloody referee.
Oh.
What's going on with this referee?
Yeah.
It's all over the place.
It was terrible.
Honestly.
You're just asking for a ref bump. You're not doing another ref bump. Calm down. Just getting there. And having to run around
just wants
to see the shoulders.
Jump on top of him, clearly.
Oh, probably.
Or any of the six, to be honest.
I mean, I enjoyed this match.
Yeah, it was good.
Nothing major, nothing special, I suppose, apart from, I guess, that Becky's team won. Which
so
is good.
In the predictions, you did predict that they would win. I predicted that Damage Control would win. However, I need to go back and look at the footage on this. Because I believe that the non-legal women were part of the pinfall.
Mm-hmm. There was that bit where
there was a lot of tags going on.
They did a lot of quick tags so that all 6 women could be in the ring at the same time for 5 seconds.
Now, what I don't remember seeing, to make a tag legally, Bayley and Becky would have needed to be on the apron. They tagged one, they tagged the other, nobody left the ring. That means the last person tagged in is the legal person. That was not Becky Lynch and that was not Bayley.
No.
So I need to go back and rewatch that bit and sort of see what happens.
But still, what the ref says goes, so I got this one right.
But then the thing is, that might come up to a rematch, because if the non-legal people won the match, or was included in the pinfall even.
But usually they sort of have that teased a bit when the match is ending.
Yeah, I mean, I know, I get it, but I don't know, I just feel like that
was... You just don't like losing to me.
No, I legit feel that they weren't the real... Because I said it at the time as well.
Yeah, you did.
They're not even legal.
Mm.
So
we'll see. You'll have to go back and check.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments. Just going to keep saying that. That's my new catchphrase. Cool. Good match. Didn't have much to add, but...
it was good. I said Trish being sluggish was a bit of a... it slowed the pace
down
a little bit, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, no, yeah.
Cool. We get another video package promoting a match for WrestleMania Sunday. Bianca Belair versus Asuka.
Yeah.
Asuka's so cool. That's one of the recaps that I actually enjoyed watching, because I feel like I'd missed. There's that moment where she and Bianca were in the ring together, and it had that moment where Asuka could have green misted her, I sort of missed at the time. The bit where she sort of almost like gagged and dribbled it down. So
did you not? Oh.
I sort of saw after she started laughing and had the stuff coming down. But it's like she'd obviously stopped herself from doing it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that was quite good to watch.
Do you know when she's not going to stop herself doing it? WrestleMania Sunday.
Point to the sign.
Okay, what's the bet the ref's going to eat the blue mist?
Oh, it could happen. We need to get our quota of ref bumps this WrestleMania. Next match. Rey Mysterio versus Dominik Mysterio for bragging rights.
Mm-hmm.
For family honor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, entrances on this one's pretty cool. But first, Bad Bunny is on commentary with the Spanish announce team, which is pretty cool. Yep. I'm glad they did it that way. I feel like the teams for the other languages, they never get like special guest commentators not that we can see anyway. And it's a good choice for Bad Bunny to be over there doing that bit. It was nice. I liked it. He has weird hair. But that's another matter. Dominik's entrance was very, very good. Very good.
Yeah.
We had the sort of video package sort of showing the prison, because he's jailbait.
Jailbait. Or jailbird,
not jailbait. That's something
very different, yeah.
Take it back. So showing all the cells and all the prisoners in the cells, and then we get to the one where Dominik's in, looking very serious, and then you see the police escort coming up to the cell. They put handcuffs on him and take him out to the van, and next thing we're back in the arena, and we've got police motorcycles coming in, and then the correction facility van is backing into the arena. And there he is in the van with his handcuffs still on, but obviously he's changed in handcuffs, which is quite a skill actually, so
yeah.
Kudos Dominik. And he's got one of Ray's masks on, which is very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
And he's escorted to the ring, handcuffs are taken off, and that's his entrance.
That was cool. I like that.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. And then Ray gets a cool entrance as well, because I don't know if we mentioned it in the predictions video, that it would be cool if one of them comes in.
Yeah, we said if Dominik would do it.
In
you did not.
Eddie Guerrero's lowrider. Brain fart, everything is fine.
Yeah, I surmised it would be really cool if Dominik did it.
Yeah. But instead we see a lowrider come in, but Ray's in it. It's not Eddie Guerrero's lowrider though, it's Snoop Dogg's lowrider, and he's driving.
Yeah. And then as soon as they sort of crest through that curtain, they start playing Eddie's music, which is like, you
That's
sons
really
of...
cool.
Right
Snoop Dogg's got his belt.
Yeah, it's custom made.
Championship belt. And then they play Ray's music for his sort of the last leg of his entrance. It's a long entrance, but it's good stuff. you were kind of hoping it would start, the lowrider would do the bouncing thing, weren't you, when Ray's music started, because it's got that beat to it. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that kind of lowrider and the bouncing.
Yeah, I don't particularly like it, but again, it's a tribute to Eddie.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
You know, if you're going to do a tribute, do it correctly, you know. Not saying they didn't handle this correctly, but I think having it go up and down, like Eddie's did, that would have been cool. Yeah. But I don't know if his lowrider's cut out with that kind of
maybe it doesn't.
Suspension.
This is the match where we've got the horrible Cinemoji Toast Crunch mascot. Who's like the...
Cinnamon Toast, that's it.
Yeah, Cinemoji
That's the
Toast.
bright pink.
It's bright pink on everything, and there's this luchador Cinnamon Toast Crunch mascot, which is lame. I've actually written the word tragic.
Do you think in next year's WrestleMania we're going to get that mascot versus the Prime Water Bottle?
Maybe on the pre-show.
Imagine. Or WrestleMania Backlash. Not even calling it WrestleMania Backlash anymore.
No, just Backlash.
Yep.
I quite enjoyed this match.
Yeah, it was good.
It really shows how far Dominik has come as a superstar, as a wrestler, as a character. He didn't have that comic sort of thing. I think that for this match, it sort of dropped the ha ha ha, I was in jail for ages, even though he was only in there for a few hours. He sort of leaned into the seriousness of it as if he was in jail for longer, if that makes sense. So the comic element of it was toned down, which I think added to the whole effect.
Yeah.
There were some weird moments though. The belt spanking.
Forgot about that.
So you're not allowed to, if it's a regular match, you can't use a chair. You can't use the belt to inflict any damage. You can't have outside people interfering, so they can't like touch the wrestlers. So that
at least in a
things,
physical capacity, like a
hit.
Yeah. An offensive capacity rather.
That would lead to disqualification.
And they pretty much all occurred in this match, and nobody got disqualified.
No, so the ref's right there. They're in the ring. Dominik's on like at the edge.
It's like the turnbuckle
in the corner. Rey Mysterio takes his belt off and starts spanking Dominik, which, for a couple of reasons, is bad.
The NSPCC in the UK would go nuts over that. For
a start, ref was watching it happen and did not disqualify
Pinky
Rey.
ref. Naughty ref.
It's one thing like ref's discretion, but this was very deliberately hitting
you got
someone
a good half a dozen smacks in as well.
With an object which isn't allowed. For another thing, there are now laws in the UK that prevent like the corporal punishment kind of things, spanking, all that kind of thing. So it's a little bit problematic anyway.
Well, unless you're into it.
Yeah, without consent, as a punishment on children, can't do it.
But then would Dominik be seen as a child?
No, but still, it's like got that connotation to it because he is his son. So that was a bit of a like, I don't know if I like this kind of moment.
Yeah. I think I rolled at that point. I was like, really?
I get it. He needed to be taught a lesson at this point. He is an adult. He's disrespecting his parents. Something has to be done. But the actual belt spanking being quite a real thing.
Even like that could have been done right at the end, like after the match. So Dominik could be there,
spanking him back up
and then
the
you
ring.
could roll him up, and then you just smack him when he's on the floor, and then he rolls out the ring, and that'll be it. And it's the same effect.
Yeah.
And it doesn't put into question the legitimacy of the match.
So then, like you alluded to, you've got Dominik going over to his mother and sister at the side, like he did on SmackDown. I was trying to think SmackDown, or it was SmackDown.
Yeah.
Yells at them, they yell back, etc. Aaliyah's very pointedly holding a solo cup with something in it right on the thing. So we're like, oh, she's going to throw that over Dominik, but instead he grabs it and throws it over her, which was actually...
That was brilliant.
It was really well done, because she was like spitting water back out because it went right in her mouth.
Did. She saw it up.
I don't think she knew it was coming, because she didn't flinch or brace at all for it.
Maybe. So
I reckon that was a bit...
Or she's just good. Maybe she's just
Maybe
prepping.
she's just that good.
Maybe she's prepping for it.
But then Dominik's mother, after some more exchange, I think, does slap him in the face.
Yeah.
Again, should be a disqualification.
Outside interference. That's disqualification. If Damian Priest had come in around the ringside and smacked Mysterio, ref would have rung the bell.
Yeah.
Why is that different for Rey Mysterio?
I feel like a little bit I could justify this one by the amount that Dominik was provoking.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Thing.
Rey Mysterio could provoke Damian Priest. Damian Priest hits Rey, that's still a disqualification.
Yeah, because they use
It's
that
the
as a
exact
tactic.
same thing, yeah.
It's used as a
Exact
tactic,
same
isn't it?
thing. Rey Mysterio should have been disqualified.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Not once, but twice.
Maybe they'll use that in the storyline. I don't know. But
I hope they don't continue it anymore, if I'm honest. I really do.
So it was weird moments.
I think we're done.
The whole outside interference not leading to disqualification comes in play later in the Premium Live event as well, I believe, if I remembering rightly. But yeah, that's fine. It's okay. Okay. Next interesting point. We see Dominik taking a turnbuckle pad off to reveal the steel turnbuckle.
Very Eddie Guerrero.
Which the refs tease.
Oh, this is after Priest and Finn Balor.
Oh yeah, Priest and Finn Balor have come down.
What did Michael Cole say to him in the match days? Finn Balor, I think he called him.
Balor.
Balor.
He called him Finn Balor.
Yeah.
Because it's spelled Balor, there's no way you could get that wrong as Balor. But he did say
Come on, Michael Cole, get a grip. Obviously that's later on in the event, but yeah, this is where they kind of sort of turn up.
Yeah, Judgment Day get involved, you're right. And then Damian Priest takes his jacket off and very weirdly and sort of pointedly puts it in the corner, which is behind Rey.
And
the
you
ref
said,
can't
didn't
see
you?
it.
You said, "Oh, that's a weird place to put your jackets." I bet there's like steel knucks or something in there, or brass knucks rather.
Then we get, I think it's.
And then the turnbuckle
correct me if
pad.
I'm wrong. Legado del Fantasma.
Yes, that's right.
They come out and.
That's right. Part of the
I didn't
Latino
know if
World
I
Order.
remembered the name right.
Yeah.
They
You
come
could
out
call them the
and-
LWO if you want.
LWO.
Because that's technically they're inducted to
Yeah.
LWO now, the Latino World Order.
They equalise and sort that all out. Everyone goes away.
Yeah.
Then Dominik pulls the turnbuckle pad off. Ref sees him, starts fixing it, and then you're like,
This is where you go. And you could literally go straight to that jacket.
Straight to the jacket and pulls out a heavy chain.
That's a big chain.
It's a big chain. Starts to turn around to Rey, and instead you get Bad Bunny who snatches the chain off him.
And again, has no right interfering in the match.
But it wasn't a physical attack at that point.
Doesn't
so
matter.
He's just enforcing the rules, I guess.
Doesn't matter. Has no. It shouldn't be anywhere near the match. No, go away.
There we go. Gave him something to do.
So continue. Continue. I've got a thought. A thought just popped in my head. Continue.
Okay.
Continue.
This does lead into the finish. If you want to say anything different.
No,
before.
go on. No. This after. Go on.
So Rey hits Dominik, gets him into the ropes for the 619 classic 619 frog splash pin to win.
I think it's just a normal splash. He didn't do the frog.
I thought he frogged.
Ray tends to put his arms back when he does it.
What do we call that?
I think it's just a splash.
Just a splash.
Yeah.
I want to say Naruto splash.
Naruto splash. A jutsu splash.
Yes, that's what it is now. He wins.
Boo.
I think yay. I don't know. I like the Dark Order. Oops. I do like the Dark Order, but that's not who's in this match. I like Judgment Day, but in this match in particular, I was rooting for Rey Mysterio to win.
And you got that right. I was rooting for Dominik. Because I feel this doesn't benefit anyone.
Yeah.
So just on the thought that just popped in my head with Bad Bunny, Judgment Day might be like, well, Bad Bunny got involved in this match. Now we need retribution. Who's hosting Backlash? Bad Bunny. Dominik versus Bad Bunny at Backlash?
Okay, so we're going to sidestep a few stops there and just slide it over here.
Yeah, maybe.
Might be a nice smooth transition. Bad Bunny has put in a lot of work to do what he's done in the wrestling and hasn't tried to overstep. So we like Bad Bunny.
So that could be interesting.
Apart from the hair. What
and
is
the song.
with the hair?
I don't like his music either, but yeah.
Not our style.
No, not by a long shot.
Interesting.
I mean, look at me. Do I look like a hip hop guy? Not by a long shot. Or whatever his music is. I think it's hip hop.
I have no idea. Cool. Moving on. Next, we've got Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. I think there might have been some filler in between, but I was getting a cup of tea.
I think there was an advert
break.
for Backlash.
Yes, I didn't see that, so yeah.
Yeah.
Charlotte's outfit coming down the ring. I mean, we thought Seth Rollins' outfit was weird. I think they've been working together. It's like, it's red, wasn't it?
Yeah, no,
Was it red?
Charlotte's
No, it was
black.
It was black.
They said, doesn't you get the memo that Rhea Ripley wears black?
Floor length puffer jacket. full sleeves.
It was a puffer trench coat.
Puffer trench coat.
Basically.
I know it's like quite popular during the winter with like the really, really long, thick jackets, but this was like proper puffer kind of, to the point where, because she usually does a sort of a thing where she puts her arms out, but she had trouble moving her arms, and it was very funny to me. She's like,
she kind of moved like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. It's like,
I said she was walking like Otis.
yeah. Steak and weights.
It didn't look good either. Come on.
And that reminded me how much I miss heavy machinery. Tuck it. Steak and weights. Tuck it.
Oh, I miss them.
Yeah.
Meh. Now I'm sad. But yeah, I mean, talking about sacrificing for fashion. That wasn't fashion. I'm not good at knowing what looks good, but I know that didn't look good.
So who had the worst outfit? Charlotte Flair or Seth Rollins?
Charlotte Flair. At least Seth reminded me of chocolate.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And he's like built his character recently on his outlandish outfits.
AKA Becky's handguns.
Yeah. Charlotte Flair hasn't. She's had elegant Ric Flair-esque robes.
Yeah, well, she's had some of
Right?
Ric Flair's old robes, and she's tailor-made into her own. Yeah.
So what on earth made her think that this was a good idea? It looked awful. It was very awkward having to get the ref to take it, because she had to hand the belt to the ref, and then take this thing off, which took ages, and then had to take the belt back so the ref could take the thing so that she could put it out.
She went to the corner and pushed out the ring, I think, instead of giving it to the ref.
She gave the jacket to the ref, but didn't give the belt back to the ref.
No. I mean, I think she took the belt off, but then when she was handing it, I think she went to the side and pushed it out the ring, I think, to the stagehand. The ref doesn't usually take the garments.
No, the ref took this one.
I missed that.
She definitely did, because she gave the belt back.
I must have just been like, what the hell is she
Yeah, it was weird.
That's horrific.
So, before the match started, they did make a bit of a weird flex, kind of brag about how everyone involved in this match was female. So, the two wrestlers, the ref, and the ring announcer, all female, which apparently this is the first time it's ever happened. Why, for a start? I got thoughts. Women should be involved, 100%. Great. It shouldn't be a novelty. This should be normal. It shouldn't be a point where you're like, oh look, they're all ladies, let's announce it to the world. It should be a normal thing. Why has this only just happened? They need more refs that are women.
Tick
right?
box.
I don't get it. I don't know why it's a thing. The reason I think they made this weird brag is because this should have been the women's main event. They got 2 nights, you could easily have a men's main event, a women's main event, but because the whole hype is around the Usos, they've got...
The what?
Usos. And the Bloodline.
Yeah.
They've made those the main event, so they felt like, well, we've got to big up the women somehow, so let's just say this is the first time they've all been ladies.
That's exactly the reasoning behind it as well, is it's all because of the storyline.
Yeah, but it's like, this could have been a good main event. It could have.
Yeah.
I don't know. The whole brag thing, it just brings it to the forefront that they're not doing enough. So maybe instead of highlighting those little things, do things properly and make it a normal thing. But that's my soapbox. I'm done.
Soapbox to the side.
Soapbox to the side. I got thoughts. I haven't got a huge amount written on this match. Mainly painful stuff. There's some really good spots. Charlotte isn't great. She is a brilliant wrestler. Rhea Ripley, phenomenal. So this was always going to be a good match. The thing that sticks out most for me is the faceplant. I can't even remember what the move was.
Wasn't it like, I think it was like some sort of suplex or some sort of suplex throw.
Yeah, some kind of suplex thing. So...
I think it was an overhead belly to back, maybe.
That sounds about right. So Charlotte is horizontally heading towards the ground.
Well, nearly.
At a slight angle. Face, arms are like this, and then body hits. So she goes face first.
Let's be honest, what actually hit first was the nose. She went nose first.
Nose first.
Into that mat.
Oh, and they replayed it a few times. It's like, everyone, look at this impact. let's all watch this woman get injured.
Do you know what she was trying to do?
What?
Outdo Dante Martin.
Oh, we have to do more than that. So she's got this nice, lovely graze on her nose, and you can
It looked pretty deep as well.
You can tell
It's not just surface.
her whole face is different now. She's got a wince because you know when you hit your nose, that impacts everything. And she must have had. I don't know how her eyes weren't streaming. I don't know if adrenaline helps with that. I mean, quite possibly. But yeah, she's wincing for the rest of the match because she can't not. And you can see the swelling start coming through as the match is going on. She's probably going to have black eyes, or we'll probably see pictures on social media.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
Out. Unless she manages to ice it quickly enough, and maybe it'll.
I don't know. She's
okay.
out there for maybe 10 minutes after.
Yeah. That looks painful. She does later get face planted into the turnbuckle post as well, which is fun.
That's painful.
And then she's just like there with her face on it, arms down,
just laying there. Mimi's like so cold, and she's like,
nice. So yeah, pretty painful. That's
Fun
how we got
was
to
not
the finish.
had by all.
Oh, anything else you want to say before the finish? Nope. Okay. I think this is fairly soon after the turnbuckle post.
It was directly after it.
Yeah, directly after, because she's completely limp.
She's set up for the.
Rhea picks her up into the riptide position, but she stood on the second rope and hits the riptide off there, pins Charlotte to win. So she is the new SmackDown Women's Champion.
Yeah. Like you said, I think it was a great match, but I do felt the ending was really slow.
Yeah.
I felt that the riptide was great, and then hitting it, and then really slow to the cover, and I don't know why, but it just felt like really slow and a bit stunted.
I feel like, because she hasn't had the SmackDown Women's Championship before, so Rhea might have been a bit sort of starstruck and maybe milking it a little, perhaps.
Maybe, I don't know, it just felt a bit slow for me.
Yeah.
But that's that is where it is.
Yeah. Well, this does mean that Rhea Ripley is the first superstar to win the NXT UK, NXT, Raw, and SmackDown Women's Championships.
And tag. She's been tag champ.
And tag.
She's been tag champ as well.
She's 28 years old.
28 or 26?
The article I read said 28.
You might be right. I think Austin Theory.
If she's 26, that's insane.
I think it might be
Like,
Austin
what?
Theory is 26. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Maybe.
But yeah.
He's the youngest.
That's still young. It's under 30.
Crazy.
That's younger than either of us.
And yes, I know the NXT UK Championship was around for quite a brief period of time, relatively.
A couple of years.
So there aren't a huge amount of women that actually got that. So it's one of those accolades that no one is ever going to get again. But, we'll give her her flowers when they're due.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I enjoyed it. Enjoyed seeing Charlotte's face. Sorry. I shouldn't laugh. It's one of those moments.
The one thing is that I still have social media with stuff like this from WrestleMania or any pay-per-view or PLE or whatever, as I still have social media because I don't want to get spoilers. I have to check my inbox though for different things that I might need to see from like emails, relatives or work or whatever. And straight there from WWE Euroshop, new SmackDown Women's Champion Rhea Ripley gear. Thanks, Euroshop. We're in Europe. It's in the word, right? WWE Euroshop. Not all of us can stay up till 5 o'clock in the morning watching wrestling.
Nope.
Thanks a bunch, guys.
There's no need to put that in the subject line.
Absolutely ridiculous, no.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
That really annoyed me,
If it was an American store, it would be a different thing, because it's normal time for them, so they put it down straight away.
Yeah, but it's not. It was literally Euroshop. But yeah, so that annoyed me. But then in terms of predictions, we both predicted Rhea to win, and we both got that right.
Yay! All right, next we have maybe the shortest interview I've ever seen. It was Austin Theory being interviewed.
Oh, yeah. Like,
I don't even know what he said.
This is like nearly 3 hours after his match, and he's still not dressed. Like,
he's
dude,
still in his ring gear.
What are you doing?
He's just been running around in his ring gear saying, "I beat John Cena."
He's running around the back going,
Yeah, I don't even know. I can't remember what was said. It was literally like one question, one sentence, and that was it.
I beat John Cena. I validated myself. Something like that.
Something like that. So that's fine. Back to the ring with The Miz and Snoop Dogg, where they announced the attendance record.
The Dogfather.
The Dogfather. We have 80,497. It's a lot of people.
It's more than 6.
It's more than 6. You're right. You're right, Snoop Dogg's commenting that the event would have been better if The Miz had a match. The Miz is talking about he's put all these posts on social media with an open challenge.
He even dropped the name MySpace. Like, what the hell? Is MySpace still a thing?
Apparently. So they're like, I put all these open challenges out and not a single person responded, so I haven't got a match. It's like, great. And then music starts playing and out comes Pat McAfee. And he says that he's been on social media and he hasn't seen these messages about open challenges. So presumably Miz didn't actually want a match because he didn't want to fight, so he didn't put anything out. But lo and behold, Pat McAfee's in his WrestleMania tank top. Who doesn't have a WrestleMania tank top? It's got very sparse, sparkly bits on it. Like, The Miz is in a very sparkly outfit. Pat McAfee's got like 3 sparkles on it. It made me laugh a bit. But yeah, then Miz is like, oh, well, I can't make the match official because I'm just the host. And Snoop Dogg says, well, I'm the dog father of WrestleMania, so I can. Here's a ref. And then spends ages trying to get out the ring. He's like, hang on a minute.
Ref,
let me
hold
out.
the ropes.
Nope.
And then he goes under. He's quite tall.
He's definitely high, though.
Why is he going under the middle rope?
Because he's definitely high. He's Snoop Dogg. He just, like, the whole thing, because he just kept talking into the mic while doing it. It's like, oh, excuse me, help, I've got to get out.
Ref, hold the ropes.
Get me out of here. Off you go.
Ref's just like, oh.
So, yeah, then Pat McAfee and The Miz have a match. It's very short. It's filler.
About 5
It's really
minutes.
filler. Miz ends up on the
Cole.
outside.
Michael Cole's loving it, and I'm just like, mate,
Michael
seriously,
Cole loves it.
Stop it.
The other guy hates it, which is fine.
Corey Graves
Hates it because he hates Pat McAfee like the rest of us.
When he's coming down, they showed a shot, and Michael Cole's like, yeah, and Corey Graves is just like...
Yeah, it was accurate.
That was me. I'm Corey Graves in this situation.
Yes, you are. But I'm not, I've forgotten the other one's name
Michael
again.
Cole.
You just said it, Michael Cole. Miz ends up on the outside, ends up deciding he wants to leave, starts leaving, and then some football guy gets involved. Which again,
disqualification referee.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on with these referees?
It's bad. Disqualify him.
Blatantly tackled him in front of the ref.
Mm-hmm. So football guy and McAfee get Miz back in the ring. They said his name. I don't care.
Yeah,
I really don't care. McAfee punt kicks Miz and pins him to win.
I'll give him credit. That punk kick looked nasty.
It did look nasty. It's a football kick. He can do football kicks.
See, I still prefer last year when Pat McAfee had a stunner from Stone Cold.
Yes, it was good. It was very good. But yeah. So this is like the main surprise of WrestleMania Saturday. This was the surprise.
Shouldn't have bothered.
No,
Honestly.
thank you.
Shouldn't have bothered.
Let's just hope WrestleMania Sunday has better surprises.
Let's hope so. Like, I want the Miz to come back out and be like, I didn't have a match that wasn't sanctioned. I still had a match at WrestleMania. And then someone else bigger comes out. Like Austin or The Rock. Oh, man.
That's the kind of surprise we want. Not Pat McAfee.
Hell, I'll take Triple H. I know you can't go for a full match, but go in, pedigree
you can go
the
for this length of a
Yeah,
match.
pedigree the Miz, job done.
Do it.
Hell, I would take Porn Stash McMahon at this point.
I was just thinking that.
Porn Stash McMahon versus the Miz, pal.
It's just, it dyes it. It's the wrong colours. He's grey, come on. Anyway. Advert for next year's WrestleMania in Philadelphia. I want to go so bad.
I know.
I want to go.
No. WrestleMania 40.
Oh, it'd be a big one. And then we come to, or should I say, it's time
for the main event.
The Usos versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. Okay. Another weird entrance. This is the weirdest entrance.
Oh, God.
Someone called Lil Uzi Vert, who is a rapper, I guess. When they said it, I thought they said Lil Uzi Bird, but it's Vert. It came up on the screen. He comes out to perform a song, and
like if you saw his outline in a dark alleyway, you'd think it was Batman the way he's got his hair up as well. What the hell was that?
Yeah, it was like spiked up.
Weird.
So weird. 2 big spikes. The worst musical act I've ever seen at any wrestling show ever. I know I haven't seen a huge amount, but I'm pretty sure that would be what anyone would say who's ever watched any wrestling. It was some like techno music thing. So there weren't many lyrics in there. This guy just had a mic and every now and then sort of said a thing.
Something that we couldn't...
That was
It
already...
was unintelligible.
It was already in the backing track. You could tell he was just singing over it. Singing. He said like a word. Like, come on! And it lasted like 30 seconds, a minute.
See, like... And I said at this point, what happened to Saliva, Drowning Pool, POD, even. We're not a big fan of POD, but even POD. Or Motorhead, playing guys to the ring. Motorhead played Triple H to the ring.
Yeah.
What happened to stuff like that? Real bands, real music. Not this techno crap.
They could have even had... It would have been a bit better if there was like a DJ doing the thing live rather than a backing track. So all this was one guy with his trousers like all the way down,
literally hanging off his ass.
His whole butt was out. I know they always say, oh, it's old people that say pull your trousers up. But if your whole butt is hanging out in your boxers...
Isn't that classed as indecent exposure at that point, right? It's gotta be.
We don't want to see your underpants. Pull your trousers up. Buy a belt. I sound old, don't I?
You might as well just bloody go out in a mankini at that point, because, you know...
Having trousers hanging off your hips, fine. That's fine as long as your privates are covered. That's what you want. But this wasn't covering anything. Not the
If he'd walked any further, they literally would have been down his ankles.
No, come on, it's terrible. And then just to have that as well as a performance.
And I mean, a couple of years ago, they had New Year's Day playing Rhea Ripley to the ring, and I said it would be really cool if they had Chris Motionless in White playing Rhea Ripley to the ring this year. But they didn't do it.
They just had this weird guy.
And Chris Motionless is a huge wrestling fan.
This guy didn't do anything. He didn't sing. He didn't rap. He just said some words over a backing track.
You might as well have walked out and gone, I'm Batman, and walked off.
It was very short as well.
That would have been more entertaining than what he actually did.
The Usos music starts, which is completely not even related to what this guy seems to be performing.
Nope.
And he walks off. Okay.
Ridiculous.
What's the point? It did nothing.
Ridiculous.
I put mercifully short.
It must have been less than a minute easily.
You think they're like, right, the crowd is not into this. Let's just make him stop. I don't know. So there we go. Then we get into the match, which was really, really good. It was excellent. How can it not be? The Usos are amazing as a tag team.
Yep.
Kevin Owens just is brilliant, so skilled, a natural. And Sami Zayn is, while not maybe as skilled as Kevin Owens, he's got real talent and he's got it, and that the whole storytelling aspect of it he's got down to a T. So there's not much, there's nothing negative I think that I could say about this match.
No, I don't think there was. Everything hit this pace as you needed to. Yeah,
definitely. I think there were some moments where like you were sort of commenting that, okay, they could come to the finish now, the crowd's at the peak.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're dying down.
Yeah.
And then the match continued, but it didn't sort of feel like too long at that point. It could have been a finish.
It just felt like that adrenaline kicks in and you're like, oh, this is it, the crowd's at the peak, they've got it right in the palm of their hands, this is the finish. Oh wait, what's going on here?
They're gonna milk it for some more.
Yeah. And he's like, right, okay, fair enough. But then when they did end it, they had
it worked.
They kept hitting the strides and they just kept going up and up and up and up.
The dips in the crowd never got too low. It was obviously, you can't have them at the peak for ages, just ups and downs, but nothing really down. It's great. We had the Usos double choke slam Kevin Owens through the announce table from the Spanish announce table.
That was weird.
That's pretty cool. And then I've got down to the finish, so if there's anything else you want to comment before that?
No, just there was a lot of emotion in this one.
Yeah,
you could
loads
see it
of emotion.
so much.
I think, like, for real as well as in storyline. Just friends against brothers, it's natural, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we've got, I'm not sure which of the Usos.
It was Jay. It's full circle because Jay's the one that turned on Sami.
So we got Jay
That's why.
in the corner.
Again, going back to that emotional factor, that part of the storyline.
Sami hits him with 3 maneuver kicks.
Yeah, not 1, not 2, but 3!
One after the other. At one point, Jimmy does come into the ring to try to
interfere. After the second kick.
After the second, but Kevin Owens is right there.
Nope.
Stun him. So Sami Zayn pins Jey Uso
to break the record break the record. What am I trying to say?
Break the streak.
The record holding streak.
Yes.
Of the Usos. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That one.
It's like, was it 622 days, I think it was?
Yeah. But now we got new Undisputed Tag Team Champions.
It's not 2 years, but it's not far off it. Was it 356 times 2? That's 712 days. So yeah, I mean, they're about 90 days shy, so it's only 3 months shy. Ish.
I'm sure the commentators are saying that, which surprised me, that Sami and Kevin have never held the tag team titles together. Was that right?
Neither of them have held a tag team title in WWE.
Which
separate altogether.
Really surprises me, because they were a great tag team.
When does Kevin Owens play well with others?
Very true.
When does Sami Zayn not want the spotlight on himself? When there's a cause that needs to be beaten, aka the bloodline.
And now they've got both titles.
Yeah.
So they haven't had any, and now they got all of them.
See, and sort of getting a little bit ahead of ourselves here and sort of going in with our predictions slightly is that we predicted Cody Rhodes is going to win the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship. I get the feeling that he's going to go, I don't need 2 belts. Let's take that one away. I'll keep this one.
Yeah.
But he's also teased bringing back the big gold eagle belt.
Yes.
So he's going to keep 1 belt. Because I know that Fox is annoyed that they don't have their own champion. But USA Network is obviously probably also annoyed that they haven't got their own champion. Because they're 2 brands, it's 2 shows.
Yeah.
So you need 2 champions to run on each show.
Yes.
So Cody will probably go, I don't need 2 belts. Do a tournament or something.
Yeah.
And that might be what King of the Ring's going to do.
Ooh.
That's a thought. King of the Ring's coming up next month.
Interesting.
But then who's to say the Usos don't, not the Usos, Chaosania don't do the same thing. I'm going to start calling them Chaosania because this is great.
Why not?
Who's to say they don't? I don't need to carry 4 belts. Or we don't carry 2 belts each.
They weren't in it for the belts. They were in it to take down the bloodline.
Yeah, and this is the start of it. And one thing I'm surprised about, no Solo Sikoa.
No.
First thing I said, just for the bell rang, was how long till Solo Sikoa shows up? And you were like, 2 minutes.
And then you didn't show up
I was
at
like,
all.
no, it'll probably be a bit longer than that. And I guess technically I was right, because he didn't show up at all. So it was technically a bit longer than 2 minutes.
A bit longer.
You show up tonight on WrestleMania and goes, see, told you it was longer than 2 minutes.
You have to be right all the time, don't you?
No. But on that vein, we both got this one right, because we both saw Chaosania winning the Undisputed Tag Team Championships.
Yay. Good stuff.
Yeah.
That was WrestleMania
Saturday. Night 1. Okay, what was your favourite match on the card?
It took me a while to decide on this one.
Yeah. There was a lot of good ones, to be fair.
Yeah. I was sort of scrolling up through my notes, like, is it that one or that one? And then it's like, can't pick. Scroll back down. No. Scroll back up. No. I've gone for the Usos versus Owens and Zayn as my favourite.
I'm going to throw a complete swerveball. Like, I really enjoyed the emotion and the storytelling in that match. I thought it was fantastic. All 4 guys did just a superb job, a phenomenal job. But I think in terms of the most... Oh, God, I can watch that again right now. I felt it was a little bit on the draining side.
Okay.
The one I would see, again, right now, and this is going to be a curveball and a half, the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match. Because that was so much fun.
It was pretty up there.
So much fun. I really enjoyed that match. And we were saying it's a filler match, but it worked. It did what it needed to do. It hyped that crowd up so bad.
Yeah, definitely.
Least favourite match of the night.
Am I allowed to say Miz versus McAfee? It was a match. It was official. Snoop Dogg made it so.
Yes, okay, I'll allow that one. However, you also have to pick from one of the matches we already knew about.
Rollins versus Paul.
Oh, really?
It was another one where I found it really hard because I wrote down Miz and McAfee if I'm allowed.
Yeah.
And then I was again scrolling through and was like, it could have been the damage control match. That was quite close. Yeah. But there's some good moments in there. But I think that the thing that came down to it in my head was the whole reason why I don't think Logan Paul should be in wrestling just makes that match a bit of a downer to me.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
So that's my pick. So about you.
For me, I'm going to go with the prediction pick that I picked for the least favourite of the title matches, and that was Austin Theory and Cena.
Yeah.
I felt that it didn't have enough intensity to it.
Yeah.
It felt a bit lackluster. Cena isn't in as top a ring shape as he should be for WrestleMania. No offence to the guy, he's in great condition. But I just felt he was lacking a lot of intensity. There wasn't as much as I wanted to see in that match.
Yeah.
But also the ending just sucked. I really didn't like the ending. I don't feel that Theory needed to cheat to win.
Yeah.
And I think that cheapens his rise. And I just didn't like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
There we go.
Okay. There we go.
WrestleMania Saturday. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed. Do let us know if you've got what your favourite match, what your least favourite match was in the comments. We'll check them out. We'll reply. We'll see if there's stuff that we agree with. If not, doesn't matter. Everyone's different.
What was your favourite sign of the PLE?
Single one. Please like this video if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell to be notified when we drop new videos. Follow us on socials. We're on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Our Linktree details are in the video description below, so you can check out where we are in an easy click. Click. So yeah, we'll be back with our WrestleMania Sunday reactions tomorrow on Monday, once we've had a chance to watch. Hopefully no more spoilers from the Euro Shop. You won't even be checking your emails tomorrow, will you?
Probably not, no.
Cool. I think that's it. Have I missed anything?
Nope.
I don't think so. Thank you for watching. Until next time.
As the immortal Stone Cold Steve Austin once said, don't forget to tune in next week. Same Stone Cold time, same Stone Cold channel. Boom.
Bye.
It was tomorrow, not tonight.
Tomorrow.